Because of ancient artifacts, Egypt is known as the land of the pyramids. But Egypt's ancient architecture is not limited to just pyramids. Fearful new discoveries are still being made by scientists. They have uncovered information that no one was intended to see. What discoveries have scientists and archaeologists made in Egypt that were not intended for the world to see? Let us find out. As you'll see in a moment, some discoveries aren't just puzzling, they're terrifying. Archaeologists have made new discoveries like the underground chamber in the Pyramid of Giza, which continues to baffle them. The Egyptian pyramids rank among the most magnificent structures ever created by humans. Their enormous size reveals the pharaoh's significance in pre-dynastic Egyptian culture. They were said to have been positioned halfway between the human and heavenly realms, and to have been chosen by the gods themselves. In fact, the pyramids were so closely associated with the kings that their angular, smooth sides were thought to represent the sun rays and help the king's solar center in heaven enjoy the gods, particularly Ra, the sun god. What was the pyramid's significance? Religious motivations led to the building of the pyramids. Egypt was one of the earliest civilizations to hold this belief. They thought that every person had a second self called the Ka. After the death of the physical body, the Ka continued to exist. The king's well-being was a concern for the populace. His body was mummified as a result, and everything he would need for the afterlife, including all the accoutrements of royalty like golden cups, food, furniture, and other offerings, were buried with him. One of the most well-known buildings in Egypt is the Giza Pyramid. King Khufu's tomb, one of Egypt's largest, is 140 meters high and 230 meters long. He was one of the country's first pharaohs. The three main chambers of the Giza Pyramid that are known to us as the King's Room, the Queen's Chamber, and the subterranean chamber that appears to be unfinished. In addition, the King's Chamber is reached via a magnificent 47-meter-long hallway. Scientists went outside to look at the internal architecture of the pyramid. If any undiscovered chambers, cavities, holes, tunnels, or other structures have yet to be found. They used a method called cosmic, and the outcomes left them with more questions than answers. What should have been solid rocks were also noticeably missing in some places. A 30 to 40 meter diameter void was discovered by them. The purpose of the hidden compartment baffled the researchers. The fact that the Giza pyramid is essentially devoid of the items that people were typically buried with was one of the things that attracted experts' attention. They appeared unable to make contact with the enormous void. Therefore, whatever it once contained must have been mysterious. Scientists have found other things in ancient Egypt besides this. The next one is not for the weak of heart. What about some haunting mummy juice? Experts found a 16-foot deep black granite tomb while working on an apartment building in the renowned Mediterranean port. The almost 2,000-year-old burial chamber quickly gained popularity online. The villagers didn't start spreading the rumor that the mummies were Jews until they had terrifying visions of 3 floating bones in the murky soup. Others were alarmed by its peculiar color because they thought it suggested the presence of a metal similar to Marie. The enormous black granite tomb was broken open despite the fact that it was feared in doing so might unleash an old curse. Others conjectured that it might have contained the remains of Alexander the Great, who founded the city, despite the fact that Dr. Mustaf's general secretary at the Supreme Council of Antiquities quickly scuttled it. The bones may have belonged to a priest, according to Egypt's Ministry of Antiquities, but the finding of suspected arrow damage to one of the skulls proves they may be a member of the military. The mummy juice had to be something, right? Is there any basis for the assertion that it indicated the supernatural? Sadly, the answer is no. Investigators found that the mysterious liquid wasn't red mercury or mummy juice, but rather something much less significant and commonplace. The mummy juice was discovered to be sewage water. The skeletons were somewhat disintegrated inside. Sewage water from a nearby building entered the tomb through a small opening. What about the signs that appear when long dead bodies are revealed, though? The legends might not have been true, or perhaps this particular coffin was curse-free, because the person who put his head in the casket first when it was opened seems to have been okay. That's all for the video. Let us know in the comments section below what you think of these discoveries. If you enjoy the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.